Hey. Hi, everybody. We're just having some laughs here. Riley, what are you reading?
I'm reading. Oh my God, I just got to the first chapter. Oh, it's
Is it
so good.
good?
Sorry. Yeah, it's
Riley,
good.
we're trying to have an international Zoom
Oh,
here.
oops. Internacional. Okay, go.
Mhm. Okay.
I'm wearing a scarf, so I looked very cosmopolitan.
Yeah, you
I've
do.
got a little bit of European French
Oh,
chic.
French.
I tried
Ooh.
for it. What do you think?
Multicultural.
I tried it.
I
I
have
Right.
tried it. I'm very
my
continental.
vintage Capricorn pin,
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Oh,
right?
that's
Lettering,
cute.
and a butterfly with gems.
That's
Vintage
so
shop.
nice.
Okay, everybody. So type in where you are. Make sure it says everyone in the blue thing. Hey, British Jenny's in the house. That's good. Erica, Root, Angela, Sarah, so good to see you. We have an exciting day. We have not two, but three giveaways.
oh,
Three giveaways. We're giving away this book that just came out
oh.
that my agency did with Tisha Lee. We are giving away Character Bootcamp and Illustrating Children's Book
Oh my God.
course. So I want to introduce you to my two fabulous co-hosts today, Zoe Tucker. Many of you know and have taken her classes. Type in if you've taken a class with Zoe or Riley, and you can just say yes or something. Zoe Tucker is a freelance art director, designer, and author of children's books with over 20 years' experience. She has worked on quite literally hundreds of books, from baby books right up to young adults. Her main passion is for picture books and narrative storytelling, and that, of course, is what she teaches with Mats. Her book, Greta and the Giants, is an international bestseller. She
Ooh.
teaches my kid book pitch, illustrating children's books plus, and boot camp special character play. And we're going to talk about the two courses coming up today. And you can put any questions you want in the Q&A, and we love answering them. Um, okay. And we're going to show and tell lots of cool books and toys. Next up, I have Mr. Riley
Oh,
Wilkinson.
so embarrassed, so bashful.
And look at your fabulous background.
For you,
Riley, what?
it's for everyone. I set dressing for the students.
Hmm, Okay, I was just trying to read your bio, but I'm just teasing. Riley created the smash hit game for preschoolers, the Sneaky Snacky Squirrel Game. Many of you own it because it sold over 2 million units, and this is probably old. It's probably more. Sold worldwide, this award-winning game has sold over 2 million units. His in-house experience includes all the top toy people, Mattel Creations, American Girl, MGA Entertainment, and more. He teaches toy book, my toy pitch, and bootcamp special character play. And character play is coming up in a month, April 7th. So I want to talk to my people, okay? I want to talk to you, and I want you to hear this, okay? I know this is a tough time. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's a scary time. People are tight. People are scared. Am I right? Do you feel a little scared? Type in the chat because it's unknown and things going on. I understand, and that's okay. But what I want to tell you is that things change. We get through things. I've gotten through so many, and I'm going to list those. But when things are tough is not the time to stop your career. It's the time to keep going, make your art better, keep promoting, get your work out there, keep growing, because when the economy gets great, which it will, you're poised. You're ready. A professional does not give up when times are tough. Okay? That's important. Or when times are weird, I wrote down. So I want to tell you a little personal experience. Thank you, Bloom. Good. I want to tell you in when I was an illustrator, I went through a divorce. It was very tough. And yet I had the greatest gift, my illustration career. It was my solace, my safe place, a focus, a distraction, something I could work on. And do you know when you do art, it reduces your cortisol levels, your stress hormone. Yeah, it's a fact. So use that tool that you have, and whatever level of art, or even just a little doodling, okay? And then September 11th, 2001, I was an illustrator and an agent, and we didn't get work. And then anthrax, we didn't get work for a month, not a call, nothing. What did we do? Cry? Did we close up shop? No. And you know the rest. I'm still here. We just kept going and did our best. And we grew and we worked hard and we got through it. So anthrax, if you're young, anthrax is a toxin. It's like white powder, and it was sent to a couple of people in the post office and things. And whenever we get a box in here, my husband would say, let me open it and check it for anthrax. Like everybody was freaked out. We got through it. We got to the other side. Great Recession of 2000, bank crash of 2008, and of course, 2020, COVID for a good 3 years. We got through it, and we will get through this. And you put your career first right now and always. This too shall pass. So I just wrote my column for uppercase, and I wrote about spiraling. You know, when you spiral, as the young people say, it means you're like going downhill
Yeah.
with your, here's my spiral, going downhill, right? Why not spiral upward? Why not imagine a better time? Why not think of how good things will be again? Thank you. I have spoken.
I love that, Lila. I just had a couple of weeks ago, we had a week off and we just rented a barn conversions in the countryside, and there was absolutely no signal. They said there was signal, there was no signal, and it was so brilliant. We spent a whole week kind of off grid, and it really made me realize that in terms of the spiraling, we're so connected with our phones, with the media, with Instagram, Facebook, all of these things, and the news constantly pinging all the time. It's really easy to feel like the world is ending. But
Right.
then I just stepped away for a week and I felt so much better. So I think you're absolutely on the money. And I
Right.
did lots of drawing in that week instead of looking at Instagram.
Good. And
So,
how was your stress level then
well, I
afterward?
felt much better. It suited me much better
Mhm.
than today has suited
Oh,
me, everybody. Look at
beautiful.
me unraveling.
And Lilla, also,
Yes.
I have something to say also.
Oh, uh-oh.
No,
Uh-oh.
it's
Kids are
actually
here.
serious, believe it or not. I do these
Oh,
YouTube live streams, and someone was saying something like it was in the past, don't get your hopes up, don't get your hopes up. And finally I just said it was during a live stream, and it was a very creative moment. I said, you know what? I am tired of don't get your hopes up.
yeah.
Get the don't your out of there.
Huh.
Well, no, leave the your. Get your hopes up. Get your hopes up. And it's
Yes.
during the drawing and the creating, whatever your outlet is, get your hopes up. And when you hear the don't, good night, shut the door, you're out of here, and go draw
And,
and make the art because the
mhm.
don't get your hopes up is a block. It's a
Mm,
And the
blockety
people
block.
that are manifesting don't get your hopes up, they're not going to be moving forward, are they?
well, I think let me translate that for the British people here. No, I'm only joking. But it is like you're absolutely right. You get this like narrative in your head sometimes, don't you? And it can just keep going. And you do have to at some point shake yourself out of it and just try to think, I'm sick and tired of listening to this. I can change it, even if in a small, tiny way. It'll make you feel better.
Yeah, and you know what? My job is with these two fabulous people. Zoe, how many of these have, I think it's our 12th illustrating children's books,
I think it
something like
must
that.
be. Yeah, I think you're
Yeah.
right. 12th.
You know, my job is to help you have fabulous careers. That's what I do. It's just in my blood, in my bones. And I pick the best teachers to create great courses to help you have a fantastic career. Who type in, isn't your dream to make income with your art, to get picture books, to make beauty, to draw, to get paid to do art? I, yes, Queen.
Yes, queen.
Thank you, Megan. I love you. So one day I'm like doing an illustration. I look out at my car, I go, I bought that car by making pictures. You know, you can do it. Okay, I'm gonna go first on show and tell, and then the lovely Riley and Zoe will show cool stuff too. And then, as I said, if you're just joining us, we have 3 giveaways, a book, and 2 courses. And put your questions in Q&A. We love questions. Ask us anything. There's no dumb questions.
I love the
Okay.
Q&A. Hit me.
Maybe we should spotlight me, Becky. So this is big.
What do you think she's trying to say, Riley?
I don't know, but we
I
just
mean,
love you, Lily. You're a force. So we're
What
gonna
did
mute
I,
ourselves.
what did I just
it's
say?
all about you. Let's spotlight Lila.
Such a force. Amazing.
Thank you. I love being older. It's a good place, and I want you all to know that so you don't worry. So this we just got in. The agency did this. We did this with Tisha Lee, and it's so beautiful. What I'm going to show you is 5 books, very different styles today. But the main thing is you need a character. What? You need a character, and that's why Character Bootcamp is such a good course for you. And look how
I
she
love
does it.
Tisha's characters. They're just so joyful.
So joyful, so stylized, but as Zoe teaches us, they need expressions and they need movement. But then the other thing, and I think why people are so drawn to doing picture books, is the scenes you get to create.
Mm.
The
Mm,
scenes. Look at that.
the world.
I love it. Look at those hydrangeas. I'm going to draw hydrangeas after
I
seeing
love
that.
this book. Nice to see it, Lila.
It's a good book, isn't it? We just got it like 2 days ago or something. How am I doing? Holding it okay? Okay,
That's
Yeah,
okay.
great.
okay.
Oh my goodness. Can I just wait there for a minute, Lila? One
Sure.
of the things that we talk about in boot camp and also in the Illustrating Children's Book class is your characters, but looking to make your characters relatable, cute, accessible, and kind of contemporary. Sometimes I see a great artist and their children look like they're from the 80s, let's say. But this little cute character, look at her. She is adorable. She's just really quirky and contemporary. So she's a great example of what we're looking for in the industry.
Mhm. Exactly. You're a stylist, you're a photo stylist, you're a model, you know, everything. You probably, we did that one. We did not, my agency didn't do this. Rebecca Green, I'm sure many of you know it.
Oh,
By the way, like all the books today, well, 3 of them, a lot of books are green,
yeah,
great
nice. It's
colors.
spring.
So
Spring
look at,
sprung.
look, and every square inch is beautiful. And that just means taking your time and making sure every area of it is consistent in your style and is done with thought and delicacy. Okay,
Butter yellow is trending. You all know that, right?
I
I
didn't.
didn't. Thank you for sharing.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
As far as I'm concerned, chartreuse and pink are always trending.
Oh, candy.
I love that, Lila. I'm a real big fan of this artist's work. The
Yeah,
artist
she's
is
great.
Felicita Sala.
She's great.
Yeah. In fact, Lila, you and I have chosen quite similar books today. I've got a pile too, and I almost bought my Felicita Sala book.
Oh, wow.
Oh, look
Yeah.
at that. Look at
Oh,
the
I
thing.
said this is by Rebecca Green. It's
It is
Felicita Sala.
Felicita. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, no, that's
Oh, you know
okay.
why? Because it's called Green on Green. Okay.
What I love about this work is the
Yes.
color palette is so
Mm,
beautiful. Look at the consideration in the color palette. It's very sophisticated. And you've got these gorgeous bright pops of orange and yellow, but not across the whole scene. You've sort of
mhm,
got, if you think of this proportionally, it's like 80% blues and greens, and they all kind of sit beautifully together on the spectrum. Then just these little accents, exquisite.
And who took color course? The color course. Your set, you can do all different colors of your scenes. Okay, so the art director of this book was just over at my house the other day, and I'm having a senior moment. Who brought it? What was her name? Anyway, she's from Chronicle.
Of course.
And she did this book with, Andy J.
Andy J.
Pizza.
Pizza.
Yeah, with his wonderful podcast. But look at this style. So
Oh,
he has, isn't that fabulous? I'm
Yeah, I
trying to
love it.
show you a number of styles. You don't have to be able to draw realistically.
exactly.
Look, it's a picture book. And you don't have to make scenes like Rebecca Green did beautiful scenes. Many of you can do that, but some of you can work like this.
Mm.
Oh, it's so
Such an
inspiring.
incredible book. It's all about feelings. And let me say, what's happening in picture books, I've said this a million times, is the most progressive, all kinds of people, emotions, dealing with kindness, emotions, caring about other people, differently, people with different disabilities, with different strengths, everything in the book. Okay. And then we have this, which my agency did with Kendra Binney. And she's like the queen of soft. And so she gets assigned for books that are very tender. But look
Yeah,
at the detail.
beautiful.
Before I took her on for representation, I bought one of her paintings on Etsy.
I was going to ask you about that. Is she working digitally or traditionally? The first two artists that Lila showed, Tisha Lee and Felicita Sala, are both working traditionally. And by that, I mean they're using painting on paper. And then Andy J. Pizza is working digitally. And I just wonder, is Kendra a mix, do you think, maybe?
She might be a mix, but I know at least traditional. What was that book? That was To Find Treasure in the Mountains. And the artist is Kendra Binney. Okay, this one, yeah, I should say the titles. We're having a party for everyone. This my agency did with Abrams. And all these are top publishers. We're having a party for everyone. I helped her, I mentored her on the writing of the book and then the illustration. And then it got picked up as I knew it would. I knew she had a hit. And it's about inviting all kinds of different kinds of people to her party. And so she is it's very stylized. It's not anatomically, super correct, but it's not incorrect. So, if that makes sense, but we could talk about that another time. And so she has all these people come together. These are the guests. And some are mythological and some no longer exist, like a Viking, an astronaut, a ghost, and Bigfoot. And she has them all come together for a dinner party. And it's just, and they chit chat with each other in the
Look at
most
that.
hilarious way.
That's so cute.
We're having a party. It's really hilarious. I recommend it. Okay, that's it for me. I took too long probably, but you can unspotlight me, Becky. Okay, which one of you would like to go next?
I don't mind. Riley, do you want to go?
Sure. I
It's a
was
moment for
gonna,
me to be shy. Riley, you go next.
but I'm the shy one. I was going to
You
say,
are the shy one.
my famous quote, everyone get a piece of paper, write this down. Put a face on anything, and you've created a character. Anything.
Oh, I have a great example.
A rock, a piece of trash. I like how I'm looking around.
Piece of trash.
How about this? A Pop Tart. I'm obsessed. This is a Pop Tart. Look,
Oh my God.
top seller. And her name,
Riley,
I named her. Her name is Jelly.
Riley, we didn't even confer on this piece of information, did we,
Oh my
today?
gosh, what's that?
Psychic.
Is
There
that
you
Engelhart
go.
Haringus?
Who did
How
that?
about
Did
that?
you do that book? So,
No, I brought it along because I wanted to make that same point, Riley. You
oh,
just like you can put a face on anything and you've
Anything.
got a character. Yeah,
mhm.
get these cute
Okay,
little
right.
pants.
Okay. Oh my gosh. On underwear. Um, so when it comes to this class,
Can you
Zoe,
spotlight Riley, Becky?
what's that? Oh, yeah, please spotlight me.
Becky's gonna spotlight him. He hates to be
You're
the.
gonna you're gonna get this great story from Zoe, and you're gonna learn how to draw the character, how to draw the poses, how to show the character living all sorts of in different scenarios. And then when you think it's done, you're going to take that character and turn it into a toy or a game or an activity. So by the end of each month, you're going to have a character that could become a picture book, a toy that could become a toy. It could become a toy that's in your picture book. And again, what I love about this, it's what Lila said in those examples that you showed. If you can't paint realistically, that's fine. If all you do is scribble, that's a style. Whatever your style is, that's your style. And these courses, what I've observed, and I remember in the first boot camp with the donut assignment, everyone did it in their own style. And I tell all my friends this, I'm like, guys, that first assignment, 700 students submitted 700 donuts, and I love donuts. I couldn't even eat them all. And they were donuts with faces in every different style, and not one of them was like another. Like it was like not even possible for a character to look like another character. And what I love about developing this course was that I could use my eye and my experience and my obsession with buying and shopping and sharing the toys and games that I love. I got to pick what I think and see as a trending category and know that, oh my gosh, all of these students are going to overlay their beautiful characters on top of what I'm suggesting is the right toy for month one, the right one for two, and right one for three. And by the time you're done with this course, yeah, three character stories from Zoe, three toys from Riley. That's six. Three and three is six. You could put eyes on the number six, and that's a character. Let me catch my breath. Let me catch my
Beautiful.
breath.
Good ending. Good
I
ending. That was
love that.
beautiful. And as Riley pointed out, it's over 3 months. The beauty of boot camp is you have a little, you get something every Monday. It's very doable if you have a full-time job or you're hiking the Andes or whatever. You can still, as long as you get internet on Monday, you still you get these assignments, and each month starts afresh. At the end of each month, Zoe, Riley, and I do a Zoom, and you can ask questions and we can chat about the work you've done. So it's pretty wonderful.
One more
Yeah.
thing. I
Yes,
just saw
please.
someone type in, do this class instead of Zoom scrolling or doom scrolling. The
Yes.
time you
Mhm.
spend scrolling through the world's events, you could sketch a character. And because you've
Mm,
got these deadlines,
mhm.
and hundreds of other students doing this with you, it's a community and you're being driven to divert your attention from divert your attention towards yourself.
Right. I
Okay.
love that, Riley. That was so perfect. And the other thing is it helping to change anything by doom scrolling? Are you doing anything? No. But when you're making art and taking the course, at least you're improving your career, your art. And then also, when you do get those picture books, your art is going to uplift so many children and adults. You are creating beauty. You're putting beauty in the world. That's what you can do as an artist. That's your gift. That's what you should do more than anything else. If how to improve and help. Well, not more than there are other things too, but get my point. Okay, lasting beauty, Sarah. That's right. Put some helpful content in the world. Yes. Okay. Riley, do you want to show anything?
I do. So I showed Jelly, and this one, I'm obsessed. And I do like to pat myself on the back when I obsess about something that everyone else is obsessing about. Get ready, take the last gulp of tea or coffee or whatever.
Okay.
So
Uh,
this is a game. It's Greedy Granny.
This
It's
is a
Greedy
real
Granny.
game.
This is a real game. So it's Greedy Granny, and kids take turns. So her tray has all this food on it, okay? Is
Mhm.
that okay? Her tray has food on it, and kids take turns pressing this button. And there's a randomizer, in the chair. You press the button. Each time you take a, okay, look at her face. Look at the stylized circle glasses. Look at the gray or the purple hair
Yeah.
on the red chair. Okay.
Okay.
Take the treats. She's gonna wake
Oh
up.
my,
Her dentures went flying the tray, into the tray. And
Funny.
the reason this game is so popular is because of her. Her.
Yeah.
I know,
Look at that.
and the arms. Wait, is this a new toy or vintage?
Oh no, it's new and it's all over the place. People love it. I'm obsessed with Granny.
What's it
Um,
called?
Greedy Granny.
What's she greedy about?
So she's greedy because, and I think I stole them. She has all these treats on this tray.
Hmm.
Here we go, like crackers and pretzels. And so in the class, if you're drawing objects, so Granny is obsessed with snacks. And the kids take turns trying to steal her snacks while she's asleep. So there's this narrative, there's this story, and the best games have a story. Like Sneaky.
Hmm.
Sneaky's in the woods. This is the game I created. And he's collecting acorns. So each child is pretending really to be sneaky. You're collecting acorns, and whoever collects the first group of acorns wins. But it's a story. So there's Greedy Granny. There was Jelly. Oh, who else? Oh, and in my live streams, I have taken this dinosaur that I got at Goodwill, and she's always interrupting, like me. I know. I I know. She's very jealous. Which okay. Okay, I let you finish. But guess what I named her? Dianosaurus Rex.
That's her drag name.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
You know
that's
what? You just need a hat. You're just jealous because we're not talking about you. Go, go. So
and this
it's
is
all
what
about,
he's like in class, people. This is the Riley that we
oh,
love. And his toy knowledge is fantastic. You all have probably wanted to create a toy in your life and design one. He helps you do that. And then if you want for both for let me just say for oh my God,
go on.
for
I'm
character
taking notes.
for character boot camp, you get a great introduction, and not just introduction, but you create work and develop your skills for both the toy and the book industry. So then you can go on to take the richer, deeper courses, illustrating children's books or O'Reilly's toy course too. So
One more.
want to do more, I'm going to give you even more time, Riley.
Oh, okay.
Then
I'll put you.
if you want more, we've got really good courses for that. Okay, Riley, you may continue. I'm done.
Okay, Legos all over the place. When we were kids, it was just a box of Legos and you invented your own world. Now, so this unicorn, she's part of the creator series. In the set, all of her pieces collapse and she becomes like a seahorse, then she becomes a third character, and kids are going crazy, adults and kids, over these kits because you take one animal and you're turning it into multiple animals. But guess what? Those kits would not exist without the idea of what the character is. They all start with a sketch. Yeah, well, I get very obsessed about lots of things, but the Lego creator kits, they're when you look, you're gonna be like, oh my God, he's right. They're characters, they're toys. So that's the end of my sentence.
And what do you love about toys so much?
Um, we get to escape into them, and I've noticed that when I share something that resonates with an adult, I guess there's a term called kidulting. It's a kid or an adult pretending to be a kid. It's an
Oh,
escape. It's an escape from the rest of the world, and yeah, that's a very good question. And I think I live in that world. And we
yeah.
all do. We all daydream. So instead of daydreaming about the end of the world, daydream about not just Jack, but Jackie. Is there a Jackie that lives in Jack in the Box with Jack? That's what I
Yeah.
love about it. I can escape.
So true. That's so true. That's so true. And when you choose to be happy and joyful as best you can, you're helping the others around you. Doesn't help others to be miserable. So that's that. Oh, that's wonderful. Okay. Zoe, would you
Oh,
like to?
hi.
Hello, darling. Now we're going
Hi.
British, the other extreme.
I promise we're happy. I promise.
No,
Um,
no. I mean, you'll be happy, but elegant.
I'll try.
Both are great.
Um,
Mhm.
So I brought along a couple of books as well. I wanted to say to people, I wanted to speak to people about the sort of thing that we'll be doing without giving too much away. So I
Oh,
am the first half of the each month, and I'm going to talk you through. If you've never done this before, this is the perfect place to start because we used to call this, Riley, I think you called it like a smorgasbord or like a an amuse-bouche
okay.
of
Oh,
tips and tricks. So each month we will give you a bite-size helping hand on how to get your character up and living and moving. And what do I mean by that? So I bought a few books along. First of all, just to compete with Riley, I bought along the funniest book I could think of, and I hope that it doesn't offend. It is published. I did do it, and it's very popular. Have you seen this one before?
no. Dick the
Isn't that a
Delightful
hoot?
Duck.
Dick, the
Now then.
delightful duck. And then it says, now and then everyone has a bad day. I just love this book. But what we are going to talk about is things like this, bringing your character to life, giving them movement, giving them expression. And this book is all about Dick. Dick is basically a happy duck until he wakes up on the wrong side of the bed and he is not delightful. And it's all about moods and emotions and behaviors. So what I will be teaching in the class is bite-sized tricks on how to start your character, how to give it that kind of emotion, and then how to get it moving. So here's another example. This is Brigida Magro, and Brigida is somebody I actually found in class. These are her little kid characters. Now, drawing people, if you haven't done that, is tricky. We will be doing a little bit of it. And again, I've got all these little tiny tips and tricks, which will help you get started. But just look how beautiful that child is and the way she's walking. Look at the feet and the placement of the feet, the tip of the head. I'm going to walk you through all of the ways you can do that with your drawings. So I'm really excited to see what everyone brings to class. And I want to say that we are entering into the best 5 months of my year because I'm going to be doing boot camp with you. Then we're going to be doing ICB after that. And Lilla, I don't know how you feel about it, but I'm always so inspired. And Riley, I'm inspired by what we see in the classroom, and I'm always looking in the classroom for people to commission for my books. So it's a really inspiring place to be. And if that's the sort of thing you need right now, which I think we all do, then I hope
Mhm.
that we'll see you in class.
Oh, bravo, both of you. I'm so inspired. You know what? Maybe I'll take it this year.
Well,
Incognito.
you've got time, do it.
Maybe, yeah. I have more time now. Oh,
Yeah.
let me move my head up. That's better. Oh, that's wonderful. What do you got, Riley?
Student, student Tara
Great.
Swinsky. I saw her
Oh,
work and I was
wow.
like, and it was the remember the character assignment where we had desert critters that
Mm-hmm.
did like a shovel and a bulldozer, etc. I saw those and I was like, I looked at the ceiling. I'm like, I gotta work with her on something.
Mm-hmm.
So one of my clients was redoing a game. It's called a revamp when you redo.
Oh, look at those faces. Can you
Look
hold
at the
that a bit
faces.
closer?
Look,
Who was the artist again?
Tara Zalewski.
Oh,
Oh, they're great.
So, because the front of a package always tells the story, look at the boot. Big boot crushing those bugs. So, the game, there are miniature boots, there's a game board, all these bugs. So, it was the package, and she did the board and all the cards.
Oh,
Look.
that's awesome. I
so
love it.
fun. It's so painterly too, which is cool for a
Yeah.
game instead of sometimes they're more graphic,
Yeah.
but that's
I
nice too.
mean, it's so true, isn't it, Lila? I mean, you held up Tisha Lee's books, and I'm doing my fourth and fifth book with Tisha right now, and I know that both you and I behind the scenes were like, she's great. Oh my God, we need to work with her. She's so good.
Mm.
And you just like the classroom is such an inspiring place to be. I think that I know we've got a question in the Q&A for somebody who hasn't ever done any character illustration. If that's you and you've never done this before, you really are in the right place, because in the classroom, you've always got people that are at the beginning, and you've got people that are maybe published or have had their toys made into real life toys and sold in the shops. You've got these pros that are there, and they will raise you up, lift you up, and help you, and your work will just improve just week upon week. So it's a supportive space to be, and a safe space to be, and it's a very kind place to share your work. So I really, yeah, that's one of the most beautiful bits about Mats, I think, which Lila has really created.
She
Yes.
has. And Lil, I remember you saying that having students who are way top, they've done all sorts of
Mm,
books and toys, etc., all it does is motivate and push you as an artist to do
Mhm.
even better. It's like when Martha Stewart shows you this and that, and you're like, I just want to buy the spoon. Like, I just want to make something that's kind of like what she does. That's what the Facebook groups, to me,
yeah,
create.
me too. Me
Was
too.
So let me explain. So we have private Facebook groups for each class that in maths. So you'll have your own special group for for these courses, and I tell everyone, n- um, newbies, people new or beginner or starting or restarting their careers, your job is to ask advice in the Facebook group. And pros, your job is to help the newbies. It's a beautiful symbiotic thing. And
Mhm.
it's true. And sometimes in reviews, I'll say, you know what? I don't know the answer, but I know the Facebook people will know.
Yeah.
And they've got great advice. So,
Or you just find that when you get if you're brave enough, I say this from my own experience. I'm doing an evening class at the moment, and I'm slightly out of my depth. But on the first week, you never see me so quiet, everyone. I didn't say a word. And then on the second week, I shared some of my own ideas, and immediately my I got so much support from all the other people in the
mm,
class, but they asked me questions and looked at my project from a completely different perspective, and it gave me new ideas and fed the work. And so I think even though I felt really nervous about that, kind of leapt me forward. Leaped. What is that word?
left.
I'm the author, everyone. Welcome.
Yeah.
Let I leapt forward. Um, but yeah, if you can be, I think I really want to say it's a nerve-wracking experience to share your work, but if you can do that, it's the most rewarding and enriching part of this process.
And we have deadlines and galleries. And the purpose of deadlines is they're your best friends, so it doesn't drag on. And don't worry if you are ADHD or procrastinate or get wrapped up in insecurity and all that. You're going to be amazed that because everything's broken down into small chunks, you actually get things done. And I do this on purpose. I was just thinking how when I was young, not so young, I lost everything. I lost something every day, like my keys or whatever, and I was always late. Now, of course, I mean it's been decades. I learned techniques and I'm on time. I'm always early for the Zooms, but
Mhm.
but I understand that brain and I make the courses so you will succeed. Even if you're not ADHD and you've creative brain with a million ideas. So it's structured in a way to set you up for success. It's
Yeah.
absolutely true, right? People who have
Yeah.
taken my courses chime in on that. Can you confirm or deny?
I
Mhm.
have another product, Lila.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, remember Pieces and Pieces, guys?
Mm.
French company. I created this concept and it was finally developed. It's a puzzle.
Mm.
The large pieces have small pieces
Oh
in the
wow.
Oh,
puzzle.
yeah, Riley.
I've been in
Fantastic.
touch with
Cool.
this company. We're talking about more distribution in other countries. But look at the artist. They wanted a world with
Oh
characters
my
not
It's
God.
upside down.
Brian.
Oh yeah, lower it a little, honey. Lower it down. Yeah.
Oh, this is
Oh my
Brian
God, look
Lambert is the
again.
artist here. Is that right?
So
Hmm?
yeah, this is an example
Class.
of it was my toy concept, and the publisher paired the concept up with Brian's work. Look at the rooms. Look
And
at the
it's
little.
so, this is so great. I remember when you're talking to me about this idea, and I'm like, wait, Riley, but somebody must have already done this already. He's like, no, like it's incredible. So, so the
Gorgeous.
parent, if I have this right, the parent, the kid puts down a big, huge piece because the kid is like a toddler or whatever, or older. Yeah.
Mhm.
And the kid is working on the big pieces, and then the parent doesn't sit there all bored. They can do within the little pieces.
Really
Say,
nice. What
I
a
want
great
that.
concept, Riley. I love it.
Thank you. And I pitched it
So
to so
nice.
many different companies, and it was seeing that art come to life. And that's the thing, guys.
Mhm.
Companies are looking for artists. Brian had never done a puzzle or done
Right.
Yeah.
die cut pieces. They saw how his work, his characters, and his world, just like Zoe's going to teach you, would be perfect for this concept. Yeah, I just got these samples from France, and I'm like, this is from France, y'all. Love them.
Yeah. I mean, not to, there was a question in the chat about how we help people get their
Mhm.
work published once it's working. And I think, in all honesty, that's kind of the beauty of what Riley and I can bring to the course, because Riley is an ideas man. Every single thing, like when we're doing the development of the course, we'll have these Zooms and I'll hold up, I don't know. Well, I'll say something like if the famous cuckoo clock, and Riley will suddenly like spin off on one and start thinking of a concept for a book and a game and a toy and a he's an ideas man. For me, I'm a visual person. So my whole day is looking for artists, commissioning artists, working with artists. And so in answer to that question, that's the way we help you. This course is to help you bring your work up to a standard that is the sort of thing that someone like me and Lila and Riley are looking for. We'll help you think of ideas for your own characters, your own concepts. But then also behind the scenes, I'm always looking. I'm making collections of artists. I might not even have the right project on the table to commission that artist, but I like their work and I've saved it. I've bookmarked it to keep, to think, where can I use that? That's going to work on something. So that is how we help you, and you also help us do our jobs. Does that help with that question? Whoever asked it, please. Yeah.
And
Okay, great. Oh, thank you, Holly. That's great.
Zoe, you have made careers, and
I
Riley,
feel like we all have.
we all have. We've yeah,
Yeah.
we've discovered people. Yeah.
I
Um,
Always
love
looking.
that bit of the job as well. It's one of my favorite
Always
bits.
looking. Yeah, we're always looking.
Yeah. Yeah.
um, why don't we attack the Q&A? Um,
With vim and vigor, let's do it.
and any questions that you've already answered, Riley or Zoe, you can just click answer live and it'll go away.
Okay.
So I'll do Lana's. What was the full name of the first picture book? I think you mean this one. Over, over in the garden. Okay. And by the way, if anyone came late or missed anything, there will be a replay. And of course, I need to say to sign up for these fabulous courses before we do the Q&A and the giveaway. I just want to remind you, go to Make Art That Sells, and everything is right there for you to click on. And maybe Becky will put some links in,
Yeah.
and British Jenny. Okay.
Holly says, what are the best places to have an art account with our work if we want illustration jobs? So I'm going to tackle that. I would say, and it's going to be very unpopular, um, from my corner of the industry, we are all still regularly in Instagram. I mean, every day, several times a day. It is the sort of number one place that we look for artists, I would say, over anything else. Um, I do have other accounts. I do occasionally look at X, Twitter. Obviously, it's nowhere I want to be right now, but Instagram is my main one. I understand we had some conversation about this last year. It's an ongoing conversation about AI, about scraping. I know there are other platforms out there, but talking to other colleagues, we are all still in Instagram, and we don't really have the time and the facility in our day to go and look at three or four different places. So at the
Right.
moment, that is the predominant thing. Um, However, having said that, I will be at London Book Fair next week, and there are, I mean, AI is top of the agenda. There are lots of conversations, both from the Association of Illustrators, Society of Authors, and the Publishing Association about the impact of AI and how we mitigate that and travel through it. So I will be able to talk a bit more about that, I hope, in the coming months.
Yeah,
Does
yeah,
anyone
and
have anything else to add about that?
yeah, and for your website, Squarespace is great.
Yeah.
These are also great questions for the Facebook group. And also for AI, it's never going to have your imagination, your creativity, your wit, your uniqueness, and the ability to consistently, at this point, do 32 pages of a book, 16 spreads. I
Yeah.
think children's books are probably one of the safest areas to hedge against AI. The other thing is a lot of art directors like to follow the person on
Yes.
Instagram. They get to know the person. They see these artists that I've showed you, and they're like, oh, I love her work. I want to hire her for my
Yeah.
next book. So it's the human quality.
It
We'll get to that
absolutely
in
is,
class.
100%. And we're not looking for perfection either. I think having that human touch in your work, having the wobble on the line, wobbly lines, odd textures, crunchy color combinations, makes it more unusual. And that is the spirit and the life that we're looking for in the work. Also, all three of us work in industries where collaboration is one of the most important and influential aspects of the job. Being able to sit down with your artist, your editor, your toy creator, your agent, have those conversations, share the work, share things you've seen that you're like Lilla and I being like, oh my God, I love Tisha's work. We should do something. This is great. Those conversations don't happen with AI as well. So it's about the human behind it all. So don't be afraid to show a little bit of that side of things as well.
And don't forget, human beings created AI, and we are way superior. We're human beings. We're not robots. We are
I
way
am not a
superior.
robot.
I'm not a robot. Plus, the
Meow.
AI art is hideous. It's disgusting. And it can't do line quality. And it can't do beautiful watercolor yet. But it
Yeah.
can't, it just, there's so many, it does collage of sort of oil paint, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Holly, I
It's
think that is absolutely the truth of the matter, not perfection. It needs to have life in it. And I think that I also think if you are someone who works purely digitally, that's great. Absolutely fine, not a problem. Before I say we might have a line gate comment coming, everybody. Black
oh,
line gate.
what did you say? What?
Hold on. I might have a black line gate coming. But
Oh,
I put my money on the fact that traditional media is about to have a renaissance. And by that, I mean, we have been in an era where everybody is like, should I work digitally? I paint. What if I don't work digitally? And panicking about it. I have got so many digital artists that are downing their computer and picking up their paints. So I think we are in for a traditional media renaissance, and it's gonna be gorgeous, and I cannot wait.
totally agree. And not only did we do watercolors in my color class that just ended, and gouache, but I'm doing watercolor gouache and pastels in Portugal in
Ooh,
going in 10 days. That's on uptrek.com. There's still room. I'm teaching that. And one of these days I want to teach an oil painting class because that's the best.
beautiful.
I did illustrations in oil paint.
I'll clean your brushes. You know I'll do that for you.
Okay, come on over.
Yeah. And Riley, you held that game up, and the first thing Lila said was, "Oh, it's so painterly." So I'm going to be really interested to see how this translates down and through into the toy industry as well.
Yeah, the other thing I'm going to say about AI is that AI can't make iterations. Like
Right.
that squirrel that you just painted in your style, I want its arms to be behind, up in the air. Sure, you type that into AI and it's going to
Get
replace
a
the
brand.
arms with candlesticks or
It's a
there'll
brand
be,
new squirrel too,
yeah,
right?
there's no,
So true,
Yeah.
so true. And we're
It
going
can't,
to teach you how to do it. So,
yeah, it can't
yeah.
stay consistent with the character. And it's just
and
what
the,
just
and the whole world sees it but it
Mm.
produces this one and it's not it's just the thing I was going to say about traditional media is that some people in the world don't know what a paintbrush is. They're like, what? You actually take this
Mm,
object and put it on paper?
Oh,
Analog is just so fresh. You look a lot of the digital work that looks analog, but people are really
mm,
interested, and you'll see this on
mhm.
social media. They're interested in the process. Like, oh my gosh, someone sat under a light and drew a circle with this thing. Like, what's cursive writing? It
Mhm,
it's very inspiring, and like
mhm.
Zoe just said, lots of art directors are hiring
yeah,
traditional artists.
so
Tara,
good.
who I just showed you, she's now doing all of these fashion illustrations like in marker on paper.
Oh, beautiful.
Wow.
But I mean it's gonna be great. I'm it's a bit like vinyl coming back, isn't it? I'm so
Oh,
ready for it. Let's do it,
yeah,
guys. Let's bring a traditional media
totally.
revolution.
It's just really beautiful. That said,
Line gate, if
many
you don't
people, I
work
know,
digitally.
many illustrators use Procreate beautifully,
Yeah.
use
Mm.
digital beautifully. It's not about the tools, it's about the end product, what it looks like. Don't freak out, okay? Don't say Zoe says she hates digital and you have to do traditional. She's not saying that. Thank you. Okay, let's answer some more questions and then get to the giveaway. We're almost at our
Oh
hour.
yeah.
So,
Okay.
um,
Amber, we answered this. You are in the right place. Come join us. We'll help you start.
mhm. Okay.
Join us. Join us.
Was
Sorry.
that Amber?
Yeah.
Oh, no, here. Oh, here's Holly. Does it cost a lot more to publish a picture book than a chapter book with a m- mostly text, few pictures? I don't think that's really applicable.
No, but I mean, it's a really boring answer I can give you as well. It's just a whole different thing. A, a chapter book is often printed and published within the country that it is made and created in. Um, full color picture books are often made and printed in Far Eastern countries, and we spend a lot of time shipping them and distributing them. So it's a hard question to ask and answer. From the illustration end of it, the cost of the job and the fee that you might be paid for the job, it varies so widely that it would again be a very hard one for us to answer.
Yeah. And I don't think it's anything you need to worry about, Holly.
No.
Okay. Um, Fernanda, do you have any tips for overcoming creative blocks? Sometimes I feel like I can't do what I love. The more I search for inspiration, the more discouraged I get when I see so many amazing works. So I'm glad you asked that, Fernanda, because it's every single artist has felt that and feels that at times. But the more art you do in a structured setting like our courses, the better you get. And the better you get, the less insecure and blocked you get. Also, quick answer affirmations. I'm doing the best I can with the talent I have right now. Breathing in, breathing out, getting some exercise, dance, movement, nature, doing little scribbles to warm up, or I draw butterflies sometimes because I always do a great butterfly no matter what. Like I can always draw a good butterfly. It's easy. So you pick something, it used to be cacti. I would do cacti because you go boop, 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 spikes. You got your cacti little, you know. You find a little motif that you like. That's the short answer. Okay, Sarah. Hi, Sarah von Rorba. I'm doing your My Year of Art School for the second time. Yay. I'm really looking forward to character play and illustrating children's book classes. Question for Zoe. You want to read that one, Zoe? I want to
I
get
want
more
to get more
familiar.
familiar with current children's picture books. Can you suggest the best bookshops in the London area? My husband and I will be there for a couple of weeks in April during the boot camp. Well, we have two main kind of like flagship stores that are in London, which are definitely worth a visit. The first one is so our sort of nationwide bookshop is called Waterstones, and the flagship is in Piccadilly. It's a beautiful old department store, I think from the 20s, and they took it over, and it's just the most wonderful place. So go and check out the children's book section there. And their main competitor is a company called Foyles, and they also have a fantastic children's book section that is on Charing Cross Road. If you have a look, there are some wonderful independents dotted around the town, somewhere like Alligator's Mouth, which I think is Richmond. Nomad Books, which is Chiswick, I believe. There's a few dotted around. Feel free to drop me a message on Instagram, and I'll try and think on. And you can, yeah, I'll see if anything else comes to mind. But definitely check out the flagship stores because they've just got such a great representation in there.
Okay, fantastic. Tamara, yes, there will be a replay, and where will it be, on the website? Becky and Jenny? Okay, Amber, how does the game deal compare to a book deal in terms of financials? We don't have time to answer that now, but a lot of that information will be in the courses. Okay, Michelle, what was the name of the second book I shared? I'm not sure it was this. Was it Green on Green?
Yes, it was.
Okay, good. Glad I kept them in order. L. Slobodian, I appreciate the AI acknowledgement. I've reaching out with a web link also.
Yes. Yeah, it would do. I mean, we do get submissions every day that come through our emails, and my website has a contacts page. So yes, there's the option to do that. But I do still think having an online presence is unfortunately your discoverability will be better with that, with a platform to share your work.
Okay. Michelle, you asked for a link to my class in Portugal. That's there.
Yay.
Yay. What is the best way to get your art out there outside of social media? Not really. You can send work around by mail
Yeah.
and newsletters.
Um,
Newsletters.
yeah, I mean, the other way, to be honest, the other way I find work is actually just I find it through greetings cards, gift wrap,
Mm.
editorial pieces in magazines. Um,
And
I have
bookstores.
yet to use something like Substack as a tool to discover an artist. I
Mm,
will use something like Substack for artists that I already know. And then like Mac Barnett, I might go and follow Mac Barnett because I'm interested in what he's got to say, but
mm,
it's not a tool for me to discover people. Yeah, an agent. You need an agent, man.
an agent is great.
I'm not making light of this conversation because I was talking to a colleague who works for HarperCollins, and I'm sure many of you follow Carson Ellis, and she posted a
Uh,
fantastic sequence of slides about should we all leave Meta? Should we all leave Instagram? And it is a conversation, but the final slide, I think it said, there is no facility to compete with it at the moment. And if we went back 20 years, we used to do a lot more face-to-face business. We used to have agents coming into the office all the time, contact books, contact sheets. Your mailbox was full of samples. That isn't the current time.
Literal mailbox.
We're just not in that world. So until an alternative to Instagram presents itself that we're all on board with, I'm afraid that's where we're all at still.
Mhm.
I
And
just want to
things
say
will
one thing.
change. Oh, Riley.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so Carson Ellis, that book Home, I did a read through on YouTube, and the whole reason I did it was because of the art. So I've done, I don't know, like 10 books or so, and I talk about each piece of art and why it's a great picture book. And that one, Home, it's in such an unexpected style and color palette. You would never imagine it as a children's book, and
Mm.
it's phenomenal. So to
Yeah.
Zoe's point about I just love Carson Ellis. I love.
Mm.
Sorry, Zell.
No,
Zell.
no, it's the integrity in
Zell.
her work is wonderful. Yeah.
Do you recommend the character class before the children's book class? Is it for all levels? Yes, and yes, 100%. And that's why when we schedule character boot camp before illustrating children's books. And then Riley's toy course is instantly downloadable, and you can do that as well. Um, how much time do you think someone would need to dedicate to the course? People in the chat who have taken it, Character Bootcamp, can you type in how much time during the week? And the short answer is as much or as little time as you have. Okay. Character class. How do you find a good agent? We'll talk about that in class. What was the name of, oh, Carson, how do you feel blue sky? So we talked about that. Hashtags are good, Lynn. Yes. Okay. We're now going to go to the giveaways because We want to get this party started. First up, first giveaway is this fabulous book. Ba-ba-bum. Here's how we do the giveaways. I say a category. We have a lot of people here. You type in your guess. You can guess as many times as you want. Just keep guessing, and we will try to find the first correct answer. We don't always, but it's the answer that we find. You get, well, I'm not allowed to say you get what you get, but you don't get upset. So I say, that's how it goes in life sometimes. Okay, so,
That's how supportive Lilla is in class. I'm only joking.
to my family, you can say you get what you get and you don't get upset. Okay, it's like negating feelings, so we can't. The category is ready. Are you ready? Category is food, a kind of food.
Oh my gosh, I'm so
Possible.
hungry now.
Yeah, I know. I want lasagna and a donut.
And a jelly toast.
And
Like-
think of kid food.
Oh.
Chicken nuggets, that was a good guess.
Buffalo.
Pizza rolls, chicken.
Oh, Lila, I can see Jess Burbank.
Oh, you found one?
Yeah,
Oh,
peanut butter.
good. Okay.
Woohoo!
Okay. We have we found a winner. Who is it?
Jess Burbank.
And the answer is peanut butter.
Mm.
Peanut butter. See? Peanut butter. Proof positive. Okay. Yay. So her name is Jess? Is that
Yeah,
it?
Jess
Okay.
Burbank.
Okay, Jess Burbank. So write to Louise. She's hello@makeartthatsells.com and tell her that you won Over in the Garden, or you can just say the book.
I love that
And
title. It's nice.
yeah, it's kind of nice. It's just beautiful. And we will ship it off to you. Okay, type ready if you're ready to win Character Bootcamp. Boom, boom. The category is Riley.
I have my train whistle. I'm ready.
Oh, oh yeah.
Okay. Ready. The category is something an animal lives in. Go. Log, den, cave, nest, tree, cave,
Burrow, tree,
cave,
stump.
den, ocean, nest,
Mm.
burrow, sea, hole. It's kind of a trick question.
Pearl.
Road,
Ooh.
sky, home, ocean, pond, oyster. Oh yeah, shell, shelter,
Puddle.
birdhouse.
Whoop,
I
whoop.
scream it. Sarah! Sarah Von Rorba. And I think you're in my year. If you are, you can gift it to someone. Okay. Sarah, you can gift it to someone and think of who you want. Write to hello@makeartthatsells.com and say that you won Character Bootcamp and you will gift it to someone. Yay. And think of how happy you'll make a person. How happy. Everybody's going to be your best friend now. Okay. And last, and if you don't win, go to Make Art That Sells. Sign up today, please. Get in there. You will not regret it. I've been doing e-courses for 11 years and I've taught for like 40 years. I'm literally serious. So the courses you get, the quality is phenomenal. Zoë and Riley are brilliant, entertaining, engaging, full of tips, content, visuals. It's very rich. The courses are very high caliber. So sign up. But you have one last chance of winning Illustrating Children's Books, which starts in July. And the category is, I feel like people are going to get this one really fast. Category is a vintage toy or game kind of thing. Not exactly a toy or game, is it really? Candyland,
Fast.
Operation Jack in the Box, Chatty Cathy, Operation
Jack.
Ouija board. I scream, Patricia, you got it.
Woo!
Ouija board.
Oh my God. And to be able to spell Ouija board that quickly, I'm really impressed. I was
Yeah.
looking for a W, everyone. Again, I'm the author of the gang. Oops.
An author too.
Oops.
Doesn't mean we can spell or write.
Pass me the dictionary.
Yeah. Yay!
Yay! Oh, that's so
Yay.
great.
So Patricia, congratulations. So write to hello@makeart.sells and say that you won illustrating children's books, and Louise will get you set up. Oh man, this is wonderful. This has been great. Oh, does anyone
It's
do,
nap time.
I know, nap time. Does any Riley or Zoe any final words of advice?
Mm.
Oh, I have
Oh,
the
just
best lives. Thank you, Bloom. Sorry.
yeah, no,
Zoe.
just like Riley and I, there was one thing I wanted to say.
Mhm.
If you have done boot camp before, I do hope you will join us again because we've done something a little bit different this year. I can't believe we
Ooh.
haven't mentioned it. We're not
Oh,
going to
that's
give anything away, but we've tried a different structure with something and it's exciting. I really want to see how it plays out, and it's going to be, yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And Riley and I have had a good time cooking it up. So that's my little teaser for you. It's just a little bit different.
It's really good. And I'm doing some flat lay visuals for it to inspire you for things to draw. Oh,
Yeah,
good. Becky just put the link in.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's going to
get
be
in
great. I
there.
mean, it's going to be really solid because I came up with the idea while I had the flu. Anyone had this season's flu? It's got a really good fever with it, and I came up
oh,
with that while I had the
When you
fever.
were
But
delirious.
I
oh,
was delirious.
You were channeling.
I
sounds
was
like a
channeling
character.
madness.
Blue
Yeah,
versus
but it's
gold.
going to be good, don't you think, Riley? It's kind of quirky.
Yeah,
What,
in
what we're
terms of
trying to do.
stepping into an entire world,
Mm.
this what we've come up with, I think, is really, I mean, I've been in that world. Why do you think everyone rolls their eyes at me? Well, no, it's
No, we don't. We
no.
love
But
you.
I think when we were talking, Riley, you were like, oh, like story world. That's a good
Yes,
clue for them. Story world. And we were like, oh yeah, that's
These two crushed it this year. If you've
mm.
taken it in the past, it's always great. They continue to crush to up their game each time. It's fantastic. Okay.
oh, I did want to say something.
Yes,
Um,
Rod.
Go to my YouTube channel. The link is right here in the chat. There are children's book read-throughs that I want you to see, and I want you to hear why I like them, why I like them. And I show lots of vintage toys, and I'm doing these live streams now where it's very stream of consciousness, and I'm sharing actually a prototype. There's no character in it, but it's a prototype. And I will have in my set little characters and props, very Lilla, you inspired me. People are always asking, what's that? What's that thing with the face on it? Anyway, it's the children's books read-throughs that I want you to see. I've geared them towards parents. They're really not just for kids. It's like parent, hey, here's how I would read it, but I talk about the art. So there's my
Oh.
self promo for my
And
YouTube
how
channel.
about you going to the thrift shops? Are you still doing that on Insta?
Are you kidding? I just bought a Holiday Inn and a McDonald's, but this is the
Wait,
Holiday Inn.
Stop it.
I got it. No, show
And this is
show
the
us the
sign.
sign. Oh yeah, thank you.
So my whole thing, I'm gonna start dropping this line at parties. Yeah, I just bought a McDonald's and a Holiday Inn, and let them just
Yeah, you've licensed, what is it called when you
I just dropped a hotel. Hold on. Earthquake. Yes, the Goodwill here in the US, man. I think that's where he came from. And
and
Granny came from there.
and
Inspiring.
you're in Arizona too,
Yeah.
so get some good thrift shops. Oh, this is great. Well, this gives you a flavor, content, but entertainment. That's how I'd sum it up.
It's
Thank
the
you.
best bit. It's great.
I'm
Spend the
so
summer
glad.
with us.
I'm so glad to be back with you both. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
and then we go nuts seeing the art. And we love newbies, beginners. We're so proud of you because you're brave. So it's for all levels. We love and respect all levels. Peace, my peoples. Okay, so thank you so much. Thank you, guest hosts Riley and Zoe. It was a pleasure.
You're
This was
kidding.
fun. We'll be
Yeah.
doing it again every month.
Really
Each
great to see
class.
you.
Yep,
Yeah.
good. So go sign up, makeartthatsells.com. Get over there, click, and just press the button and do it. Don't be afraid. It's your way to be strong in this world. Put your career first. It's where you'll find joy and income.
Yes.
Okay,
Brilliant.
thank you,
Thank you so
everybody.
much.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye bye
Bye,
bye.
everyone.
Thank you. Bye.